Our heroes venture towards darkness, led by their paladin of love and light. His tale is spun with the very same threads that fate uses to connect all within this party. Fate watches, fate smiles, and fate reaches towards you, listener of Mercenaries in Retrograde.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
My loneliness
is killing me.
And
I
I
must confess,
I still believe when I'm
with you
I
as
lose my
lose my
mind.
mind. Give me a
a
sign. That was really good.
That was really good, guys. I think that was a take.
And welcome to Mercenaries in Retrograde.
Oh my god.
We are DM-less. We are so fucking powerful.
We killed our DM.
No! Fireballed him.
We fireballed him so hard that
I fireballed his ass, and I said, and he was like, please use cure wounds. And I was like, no, you don't have resurrection. No, you don't have that. Only I have that.
And then he said, if you try to bring me back, I'm not going to give you the material components because fuck you.
But you don't have resurrection. Only I can make people come back from the dead. So, and I don't do it.
Yeah. And then he dealt 8d20 psychic damage to us all.
What happened? My god.
And then we died. And we're coming to you from beyond the grave.
What the fuck is happening?
Ooh.
So much has happened since you left, babe.
Spooky.
Are you sure? Because everyone's talking about dying, and when I came in, I heard fireball. We're so good at podcasting today, guys. Anyway. Celeste, you are sitting in a field that is scorched entirely by fire, and yet it is still thriving. You remember this field. It is the field of Ornithus, which connects the Circle of Hell, which connects all the circles of hell, and is the literal highway to hell that is used by both mortals and devils alike. You've been here before, both to leave and travel across the circles of hell, but in this dream, something feels off, almost like you felt in your last dream, of that feeling of somebody's watching just out of your peripheral. And as you start to head in the direction of the exit that heads to the prime material plane, you see what looks like liquid space start to seep through the cracks ever so slightly. And this time, instead of those millions of eyes in your peripheral, you just see smiles breaking through the cracks of this darkness that is seeping in. And then you wake up.
Horrifying. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all.
Still going. Is there anything you would like to do when you wake up?
I think I'm gonna grab a sheet of paper and try to write down my dream, and I'm actually gonna try to draw out what that space stuff looked like.
Yeah.
So that I can remember it and try to show it to my dad's when we get home, because that sounds weird. And can I also do quick kind of arcana check to see if I think that this is just I'm having a bad dream, or if I think that this is some sort of magically influenced dream. Can I do an arcana check for that, or do I need to like cast something?
No, you can do arcana check. You could probably do arcana and maybe even religion. Better at that one.
No, I have 0 to both of those. So
right. Then you can do either.
Let's see what we've got. That's a 15.
Yeah, you are not sure if it is a magically influenced dream, but it does not feel like a normal nightmare. Like, you don't think that someone is putting it in your head, but you don't know if this is like some sort of prophetical like dream, or if this is like just from the energies of like different being on a different plane entirely than you're used to. Like, you're not quite sure what this is, but it doesn't feel like someone is forcing this upon you.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't feel like someone's casting dream on you.
Okay, yeah, then I just write down everything I can remember, and I draw a little picture of liquid space. It's probably not a very good picture, but I draw it anyway.
And you're awake right now, right?
Yeah.
What's your passive perception again?
Oh, 14.
14. It's nothing bad. You just notice next to you, because you all are in the bubble together.
Yes.
You see that Irvin is not asleep and is instead like flipping through a book and like writing some stuff down and then flipping through the book again and just like kind of.
Is it like the middle of the night that I woke up?
Yeah, it's like probably like 3 a.m.
Oh. I just look at him and wait for him to notice that I'm awake.
You are just kind of staring at him for a second. And then,
like a weirdo.
Yeah, like a weirdo. And then he like kind of just slowly like looks up from his book and sees that you're watching him, and he like closes it awkwardly and like gives a little wave.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you have a bad dream too?
Something of the sort.
Would you like some trail mix? And I pull out that one of those bags of trail mix that I make that's like mostly chocolate, but also has some like sunflower seeds in it. And it's probably a little bit melty because this tiny hut is pretty warm.
Yeah.
It's a pretty toasty tiny hut. So it's a little bit of a melty bag of chocolate, but I offer it to him.
You know what? Why not? And he'll take some. And
I hand it to him. I'm so suspicious of this man, but I don't know I can't come right out and tell him that I'm suspicious of him.
Yeah,
I guess I could, but
he takes it, and then like he eats some of it, and then after like a little bit of you two just like kind of sitting there awkwardly awake, he'll like shift and like lay back down to go to bed.
Good night.
Good night. Hope your dreams are better.
You too. And I'm gonna lay back down, but I'm not gonna go to sleep yet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lay there with my eyes closed for as long as I can, to see if I hear him like get up again after he thinks I'm asleep.
All right. Let me roll something. No, you don't notice him shift or move at all.
Okay, cool.
In your sleep.
To be fair, I probably don't stay awake for very long because I am very tired, and I do laying still with your eyes closed is the easiest way to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I do eventually fall asleep. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Let's move on over to Algernon. Algernon, you are currently alone in a garden. You've never been in this place before, and most of your dreams are easy and predictable. Sometimes they're nightmares filled with arrogant laughter that sends a shiver down your spine, and sometimes they are the restaurant you meet your friend in. But most of the times they are pretty unremarkable. There's this twisting walkway in this garden before you that heads off towards a maze of sorts. And off to the side, you see another path that takes you to a standalone gazebo. And there's like a light shining down over it. Which way do you go?
I want to go to the maze.
Wonderful. You are walking forward into this maze. And around you, it's like a normal hedge maze. It's made out of mostly like dense, thick leaves and bushes. And as you head into this maze, it's confusing and disorienting as you twist and turn down paths. You start to feel increasingly dizzy, and you trip forward over something as you fall. And then as you go to you're about to hit against the rough terrain beneath you, but your face falls through the ground, and you continue to fall until you are floating in this space of nothing. And in this nothingness, the feeling of fear just starts to envelop you and fill all of your senses as you hear footsteps approaching. The impact of each shoe against the tile causes your heartbeat to quicken, and your fingers instinctively curl up for protection up against your chest as you hear a faint chuckle resonate throughout this darkened area. And you feel as your eyes squeeze shut in fear, and you feel a hand grip at your chin and tilt your head upwards. And then you hear a soft Algernon. And you open your eyes, and you are seated at a bench, and you are like kind of laying in your friend's lap, and he looks concerned at you. And you realize that you are laying down on a bench that seems to be in the middle of the maze. You're not sure how you got here. You must have been brought by your friend, but you are wrapped up in this blanket in his lap, and he just stares at you, waiting for a response.
Algernon just kind of looks up at him and then hugs him.
You feel him like stiffen a bit. He wasn't really expecting that, but he does kind of like lean into it. He doesn't hug you back, but he lets you hug him.
Algernon is shaking. You know what that was?
No, I just found you passed out in the entryway to the maze.
The entryway? I was in the maze.
I didn't see you in there. You were passed out in the entryway. I carried you all the way through.
Okay.
Are you alright?
I mean, I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken.
As you look at your friend, like, you kind of, like, pull back a little bit. He, like, kind of puts you back down to lay down since you are still a little shooken up. And you see that, like, he looks pretty much the same. He's always in all cool tones, very blue and white. And you see, like, in his eyes, which are normally completely whited out, are small, like, flecks of gold. And you see as he, like, lays your head back down on his lap, you see his fingertips kind of look like they have flecks of, like, gold. Like, when you pick up gold leaf and it sticks to it, his fingers kind of look like that as he, like, kind of lays you down. I came to visit you in your dream because I was just concerned about you.
Yeah, we're golden.
Well, that's just a new touch.
I like it. It looks nice on you.
Thank you. Where are you headed? Are you going to the other continent?
Yeah, we have a job to do there.
Alright. Just surprised you haven't gone back to that casino of yours.
I didn't leave that place on the best of terms.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't. Don't you miss it?
I do. I should go say hi to Mont again.
You should. I'm sure all of your friends there miss you very dearly.
Yeah. I'm sure they do.
Well, obviously you're going to the other side, so maybe when you come back, you can take a little pit stop.
I'm sure Ben would love that too.
I'm sure he would. And you see, like, his, like, unnatural fey smile creeps across his lips. And, like, it's only disconcerting if you're not used to it.
Thank you.
Of course. Who knows, maybe you'll stop by my house.
You have a house?
It was a proverbial saying, Algernon. You do know the entry to the Feywild is on that side, right?
It is?
Of course it is.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
It is where the ley line lies.
Who knows, maybe one day I'll stop by the Feywild.
It would be delightful to have you. Get some rest. And he puts his hand like over your eyes and closes them. And you are back in a more peaceful garden dream. And you go out for the rest of your night. Simmons.
Yeah, boys.
It is your turn to dream.
It is my turn.
You are dreaming, but the entire area you are in is engulfed completely in darkness. You can see like a little bit of light above you or below you. You're really turned around. You are floating. Your body is weightless. And it's a familiar feeling, only this time you don't feel your lungs filling with water. And the darkness is tangible. It's thicker than water, harder to move freely through, and it's cold. Can you make me an investigation check?
Okay. I can't see. 17.
As you are moving throughout this darkness, and the more you think about it, the more the feeling feels less like you are floating in water, and more like there are hands over every inch of your body, holding you aloft, pushing you along, pulling your body this way and that way. And you look down, and you can't see hands grasping onto you because you cannot see through this thick darkness. And it feels slimy almost as the hands drag you along, and you begin to panic, and your breath starts to pick up, and your heart beats in your ears, and you hear a faint voice, just very faintly in your ear, say, "Kate picks favorites, doesn't she, hero?" And then you realize you haven't been breathing, and as you gasp for air, you feel water rush into your lungs, and your eyes shoot open, and you see countless eyes staring back at you before your vision clears of sleep, and you cough up a cacophony of thick, black, blood-like substance onto the ground.
Hey, Mac, what the fuck?
As soon as that happens, it's probably really early in the morning at this point, probably around 6, 7-ish. You notice as you like start coughing up and like you start to get your breath back, and you feel a hand gently placed on your like on your shoulder, and you hear Irvin just go, "Are you all right?"
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? You startled there.
Oh, I'm fine.
All right. Do you need something?
No, I'm good.
Bad dream?
No, actually, it was a delightful dream.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And he pulls back, and as he pulls back, you look back to where you just coughed up this thick ichor, and there's just nothing there.
Yeah, perfectly fine, perfectly normal dream. I'm feeling great, fine, and dandy. How about you? You sleep well?
Yeah, I feel good, well rested.
That's not the answer to the question that I asked, but all right.
I'm sorry. All right. Okay, you're just staring at me now, so I'm gonna turn
I'm sorry.
around
I don't
and
mean
read
to
my
stare. I
book.
just got eyes.
He just kind of like turns around because you're like judging him, and he's very awkward and doesn't want to be judged, so he turns around.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, you can do an insight check. What are you inciting?
How's he doing? How did he sleep? Did he actually sleep well? Did he sleep at all?
Did you do an insight check?
That would be a natural 20, so 19. No, 18.
You are not the most insightful individual. But you do see that well, when you sleep on like the ground, because even though you're in this dome, you're still sleeping on the floor. As you like sleep on the floor, like your clothes kind of get like wrinkled on the one side and kind of get pushed up against you. But you notice that he doesn't look like he had laid down for 8 hours, if anything. But he does look fully rested.
You look like real good for having just woken up. What's your skincare?
He blushes. I don't really do much. I think I'm just prone to the outdoors because of where I grew up.
Very youthful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go about my morning.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making this man so uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry.
Is that your new game? Trying to make him so uncomfortable that he'll simply leave?
I guess this is my game now. Me and my 11 charisma.
Oh my god, please don't make this man uncomfortable. I like him.
I'm sorry.
It's so funny. Yeah, you wake up very early. You get the full your full rest in, so you don't have to go back to bed unless you really want to. Irfan will start like setting up a fire, and like getting breakfast going if you want to help him.
Yeah, I'll help.
Yeah.
Let the record show that Simmons is in 40 pajamas.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
I love him.
I also love him.
Yeah,
So
you guys set up a little fire. It doesn't take too long for you to wake up. You didn't get the best of night's sleep, but you know, sometimes that's just how it is on the road. And as you guys all like kind of wake up and like gather yourselves and like have breakfast, do you guys want to talk to each other before heading on your journey?
I mean, I feel like I'm sure we have some pleasant conversation. I don't know that I have much specifically to say. I don't want to tell them specifically about my dream. Oh shit, maybe I do. Mine actually seems kind of relevant to the task at hand, actually. Never mind. Yeah. I was like, oh no, it's just a me thing, and then I realized it wasn't. Yeah, I'll say, I had a very strange dream last night, and I wrote it all down. But I wanted to tell you because it did seem a little bit relevant to what we're working on here. It seemed like there was, it felt very much like it related to the ley lines and the energy kind of seeping through in ways that we're not really familiar with or really want. And I kind of describe what I saw. I show them my like little really bad sketch of the space, and it's like, now look at this and pretend that little black blob looks kind of like outer space a little
I'm
bit.
pretending. That is really weird.
That is real odd.
I don't really know what it means, and I'm going to relay this all back to my father's once we get back from our trip. But I just wanted to let you both know, because I didn't really know what it meant, and I don't think it was like a magical dream, but it was a little bit. It was unusual.
Well, since I trust you all, I guess I could also let you in on the work in my psyche. I had a real weird dream too.
No.
Oh yeah, it was hands all touching me from the void, and they were slamming me. And then it was like I was drowning, and then a voice said, "Fate picks its favorites. Don't you, hero?" And it was weird. 'Cause look at me, I ain't a fucking hero.
I think you're a hero, Simmons.
Oh, you do? Thank you.
Am I the only one who didn't have a weird dream?
I suppose so. Did you have a weird dream?
No.
Well, then yes, you're the only one who didn't have a weird dream.
But speaking about when we're going back, is it okay if we take a quick detour pit stop along the way?
Yeah, I love pit stops.
I suppose
Yeah.
so.
There's a lovely little casino Ben's dad runs.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I've never been to a casino before.
Me neither.
I would love to make a stop there, if it's okay.
Wonderful.
I didn't leave off on the best of terms with Ben's dad, and I would like to make up there.
Of course.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
It's important to visit family, so I think that's wonderful. Oh, I think
Family?
Irvin had a weird dream too. And then I look over at Irvin to be like, share your dream. Didn't you have a weird dream, Irvin? Didn't you say you had a bad dream?
It was
Really?
weird.
Irvin told me that he rested well.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh no!
Bad. It was a weird
I woke up.
experience.
I woke up at in the middle of the night, and Irvin was awake, and he was looking through books and things because he had a weird dream. Do you want to tell us about your dream, Irvin?
All of my teeth fell out.
Oh.
Oh, that is a weird dream. I've had that
hate
one
those
before.
dreams.
You had a teeth dream.
Did you know that's supposed to mean that you'll feel like you're losing control in your life?
I did not.
It does. Isn't that strange? Do you feel like you're losing control?
The more this conversation goes on, maybe.
Maybe we should stop interrogating him.
I wasn't interrogating him. I was just wanted to know if he wanted to talk about his dream because he also had a weird dream. And we were talking about how Algernon was the only one that didn't have a weird dream. Ben, did you have a weird dream?
Yeah, you look over, Ben is, like, in the middle of, like, doing, like, his morning workout routine, like, he's doing a bunch of push-ups.
God.
He's, like, doing it with one arm, and you see, like, as you call over to him, he puts both his arms up and he's using his wings to, like, do push-ups without his arms on the ground. And then he puts a 1 minute, finger up, and then he, like, finishes up his rep, and he, like, gets up and, like, throws, like, a little towel around his neck, and he's like, nothing that's different from the usual.
Oh, interesting.
I mean,
Okay.
I normally have nightmares about the Shadowfell, so if that's...
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
That
Are
sucks.
the hands in the Shadowfell like void hands? Slime the void hands?
I don't know.
Oh my god, suddenly there's a very horny peacock.
Just
Kevin.
the look of defeat on Caitlin's face as Kevin started to honk.
Yeah, listener, that's my peacock. His name is Kevin.
Oh my god.
He's very horny.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dating
great.
season. We're gonna hear a lot of them.
Yeah. Sometimes though he just likes to scream for no reason at all.
Oh, Kevin. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember. I don't have dreams of weird arms touching me all over, but I'm sure that's somewhere in the Shadowfell.
What about eyeballs? So saying eyeball
Yeah. I
and
mean,
smile.
creepy eyes, creepy smiles, creepy noises. Deer with hands instead of hooves.
Ooh.
I'm trying to very secretively write all this down in a little notebook that I'm going to start keeping so that and then when he starts going to therapy I'll, he'll have like a list of things because I know sometimes that stuff's hard to remember and it's hard to get started, and so I'll have a list of things that I've noticed that are concerning that he might want to bring up to his therapist. So I'm just very quietly writing down all of the things that he said that he has nightmares about.
Yeah, I mean, there's more we could talk about on our journey
Oh yeah, we can
over
do that.
the bridge, because the bridge takes a while.
Well, yes, you're free to talk about it if you want to, but you don't have to.
No, I probably should. There's a lot that I need to tell you guys.
Okay, well,
Yes,
Not necessarily about my dreams. I just mean in general about the Shadowfell.
that's so fair. You can absolutely talk to if it'll make you more comfortable. I've got so many road trip games with me, so we can talk while we game, and we'll all be more comfortable for it. And I like reach my bag. I pull out Uno. I pull out a barrel of monkeys. I got some fruit snacks. I bring out some fruit snacks too.
All melted into one big fruit snack.
Oh my god, the best fruit snack.
And if we want to do doodles, I got this, and I pull out some some sidewalk chalk. We can also play marbles, and I pull out a bag of ball bearings.
Simmons, those aren't marbles.
They function just as well.
Yeah, they are round balls.
I don't see a problem with it.
That was a bad
Great.
one, Simon. It was bad.
Well,
I thought it was a great one.
It's a bad
Balls
one.
are great.
I suppose that's our cue to get on the road now, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
think we should leave.
Yeah, as you guys like start packing up all your things again, you do notice you're able to like actually look at the bridges a little bit better because it's not the middle of the night now. And you do see these two grand bridges, and you're able to see that they are massive and they like extend beyond what your eye line is able to actually be able to see. And you see that they are like this dark, like metallic color that kind of like shifts through the rainbow in the daylight. It's a very beautiful bridge. And they kind of look like what the Golden Gate bridges look like, but they aren't as tall. And like you notice that like closer to the entrance of the bridge that takes you to the other side, there's like a smallish city that has a few people moving in and out of it. But you see that each bridge has like a bunch of people going in one end, and then the other bridge has a bunch of people leaving that end. So you are able to go to the correct side accordingly, so there's less traffic. Yeah, you see like a bunch of like adventurers, a bunch of like just plain travelers, just like merchants, any of that stuff, just like kind of all just going on their daily commute, it seems, to the other side. And as you guys like kind of like get situated in your car and you like head on over, there's no fee for these bridges, since they are just what everyone uses. It just takes you a little longer than maybe a boat would. Because there's traffic. So you guys head on this bridge, and Ben like kind of gets himself a little comfortable in the back of the car. He like pulled like a blanket out of somewhere and like has it wrapped around himself.
Oh.
And he's like kind of like fidgeting with he has like this red bandana around his neck. He starts to like fidget with it a little bit. And you see as like he kind of like takes like a deep breath and is like, okay, so I should probably get to what we're kind of walking into here. Okay, so... Oh, Lark, you have some background noise.
Oh, I do. It's my roommates talking, probably.
Okay.
I'll just mute myself for a sec, and then hopefully they'll stop talking.
just making it easier on Elliot's end. Anyway, all right. So, a little while back, I have a partner. Their name is Kai, and we were kind of like we were a venturing party together, and they were really attuned with magic way more than I was, and they would get like these horrible world-ending visions of like the world collapsing and like every plane merging into one and just the prime material plane becoming chaos and like plagued with war. And like I don't really know much about their dreams because I didn't want them to like have to talk about it all the time, but it happened all the time. And like the first dream and the one that kept coming back was the one with the Shadowfell. And they kind of like told me about it, and they were saying that like it's probably nothing, but like they just wanted to get it off their chest because they've been having these dreams all the time. And they were like, "Oh, it's nothing. Someone else will figure it out, Ben. We don't have to do everything, Ben. We're children, Ben." And I didn't listen. I've decided we could probably fix it. You know, I'm a demigod after all. I can fix anything. And you see, like, as he, like, says that, he kind of, like, he looks so tired. Like, he's a young guy. He's probably around your age, Celeste. But, like, as he's, like, telling this story, like, he looks like he's been through, like, hell and back. And you see as, like, he, like, kind of rubs the bridge of his nose and then takes another, like, deep breath and, like, gets back into it. And he's, like... And basically what happened was we got a group of adventurers together, and we headed into the forest that's on the upper side of Versailles. It's coined the Forgotten Forest. It kind of got corrupted by the Shadowfell's leaking, but the leaking at the time when we went wasn't as bad as it is now, I think, because it wasn't the entire forest. It was just around the entrance, and we tried to head inside. We lost a good portion of our party. We kind of got separated in the Shadowfell, and I don't really remember much. Just that we were not together anymore, and then someone came in and rescued me. Well, they got trapped inside. And it was just me who made it out. And they sealed it, but obviously didn't work because there's still an issue. That's also how I fell, because when they saved me, I wasn't really in the right headspace, because they left Kai behind. And when I used to be a demigod, if I had strong emotions or I felt too deeply, it would cause problems. So I was really angry, and it caused problems. And I don't remember much, just their corpses were littered everywhere, and then I was in Celestia on trial. So that's what happened.
Algernon just gives Ben a hug.
Yeah, he'll accept the hug, and just kind of like lean into it a little bit.
I offered this.
What did you say? You cut off.
I offer the super mega gummy.
he starts just like nomming on it. He appreciates the super mega
Yeah.
gummy.
Oh, you're just a kid. This is dumb and stupid. Fate should pick different favorites. You should be Fate's favorite. You're just a little guy.
I mean, I don't know. It's just shit sucks. But ultimately, I think what they did to close the rift in the forest is probably just like putting a band-aid on a bullet hole. It didn't do much because there's still issues, and I thought maybe it would be fixed. Maybe, I mean, at least if it's open, I can look for them.
That's a good way to think about it. I think I'll find them too. Knowing you. Never do give up, do you?
Yeah, so that's kind of my shit, and the kind of shit that you all are involved in now, so.
I don't mind being involved in your shit.
Yes, I'm very glad we're here to help. It would be much more concerning if you were going all by yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't really work out well the first time.
Yeah, well, like we said, none of us have died before, so we're gonna be fine.
I hope so.
I know so.
Yeah.
We got so many statistical wonders.
Past performance often indicates future success, so...
Exactly.
There we go!
Well, I don't know if my past performance wasn't very good.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that, I think it was good enough, and you did your best.
Yeah, I guess.
But
No
now
matter
you've got...
what, you can always say you're a strong performer.
And plus, you've got some very, very tough people with you now who aren't going to let anything happen to you. And we're going to find your partner if we can. And, basically, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Exactly.
right. You guys are great.
Celeste is just like, this man is so deeply troubled. There's so much I need to write in my notebook. And just feeling a little out of her depth here. And not really knowing what to say or do, but she's gonna write it all down, and one day she's gonna get this man a good therapist.
One day he'll go to therapy.
One day he'll go to therapy. One day we'll all go to therapy. We're gonna need it.
I don't need it. I'm fine.
Yeah, and
I think everyone needs therapy.
yeah, he kind of accepts all of your comforting, and he'll start playing Uno with you, Simmons.
Fuck yeah! Whole gang is
yeah.
gonna play Uno next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in for Uno.
Fuck
I
yeah.
get
He's in
really
for Uno.
competitive.
You let Irvin play?
Does he wanna play?
Yeah, he wants to play Uno.
Yeah, I can play Uno. I want him to sit next to me though.
He'll sit next to you.
That way you can hit him with all your +4s.
Exactly.
Alright. Roll a d20 to see who wins Uno.
Algernon is not playing Uno.
You're driving.
I rolled a
Yeah.
14.
I got 12.
I rolled a 1 and a 1.
Yes. Listen, this is good because Celeste is extremely competitive, especially at Uno.
So you
Yeah.
win. Simmons comes in a close second. I think what happens is it goes Simmons, Irvin, Celeste, Ben, and Simmons and Celeste keep on getting skips, and so you get a skip, and then you put your skip on top of that skip, and you put that skip onto that.
And Simmons does get down to 1 card, but he doesn't say Uno, and Celeste calls him on it immediately, and then he has to draw 4 cards, or whatever that rule is. She's like, you just say Uno! so she ends up winning.
Yeah.
Algernon is just smiling from the front, hearing all of this.
We're all just yelling at each other about Uno.
Yeah, you probably have time for another game. Irvin's gonna sit this one out this one. So if you guys want to play another one.
Simon, did you bring bananagrams?
I should have brought bananagrams. I
No!
don't have bananagrams. I do have a barrel of monkeys.
Okay, we can play that.